Everyone, my name is Xiangling. So this is a Algerian argument, and my topic is grade is intermediate with students. Uh, First, in education, grade is a very important part for students. But in the Bering Stanford's article, why college show a student with A's? His argument is college issues more A that affect the grade and diploma the value. It has become like a training course with high attention to the student. So my point is, whatever the grade change people's mind, and and students still concerned about the grades, and it will not be the value in the society, because any part can lose the grades. So in his article, Staples gives the two reasons that shows why the grade is still value. The first reason is that the university they just self the diploma to the student, and when the student get into the university, they don't need take so many classes, or they cannot get a useful class, and they just pay the tuition and finish and get a diploma. And this university also have so many students get into it, and the grades and diploma become not value, and they also cannot learn the learn the knowledge from the university. And the second reason is for the students and parents. And for the student and parent, they think if the tuition cannot if they pay the tuition to the university and they cannot get a good grade, and the money will become useless. So Staples give the solution is whatever the grade change, and they should become an average point to calculate. If the cost is higher, and the grades will get a higher part, and that's equal to the cost. And if is a lower cost, and it will just charge less and have the average point. So my point is, the average point cannot shows the real grade for the student. And the first is the grades effect and reflection in the education. So grade should not change to be average point, because it can reflect the information of the student, like how the student learn in the class content, and they are good or not. So in the book reporting what students are learning, the other is Thomas Grisky. In the book page 14 to 20, in the debates over grading and reporting, it gives the multiple of studies, and they often encourage researchers to appear to agree on the follow points. Teacher can follow the grade to help student, and let the parent know the student's condition. And first point is the grade can show the information of the student are good or not. If the student is very hard or very bad in the class, the student can follow the grade to understand this student need help. And parent also can know about it. And there's a very good information to help the student totally if the grade is not good. The second thing is for the grade, student can understand what should take in the course, which is mean which part is higher grade or is lower, and they should focus on which part. And the third thing is it can be a reward system to encourage student learning, and this means a student can want to will have more wish to get a higher grade in their education, and higher grade will become a good reflection for for their education, and they will show they learn something and have good knowledge on the class. And the second point is the university requirement. So this image is from the University of California admission, and that's the GPA requirement. So the GPA requirement is help the student understand which college is fit on them. If they are lower GPA or lower grade, they can choose the other university and they can and if they do not have this grade and they might show they cannot or they are very hard to complete the course to get a diploma. So in the additional point is during the COVID-19 and many students cannot take the SAT or ACT test and their score cannot show in their application. So the grades and education is history and become more essential to help them apply apply the university because there is information shows they can complete the high school course and they can understand what they learn in their education. So for most university, if they hope the student they have the requirement to let the student pass the course to get higher C- or higher to pass the course. And and this and this requirement is let the student don't keep learning and focus in their class. And so the first point is the employer selection. So this is the code taken from the article Do Employers Care About College Grades? The other is Susan Adam, and she is charged on the education report of her article. So according to this codes, many employers is care about the student's grade, and some employers select the student or people apply the company they will choose a higher grades peoples to get into their company. So by this way, the grade is a very necessary information to let people know the person or the people are learning in the college. And so they also use in our resume. So in our resume, the major project or experience is a good information. However, some employers also would like to ask the grade, and that's the grades cover the education knowledge information. So in the conclusion is basically the university give more A and the requirement on the higher score of the student grade, you will get more pressures to the student. And that's I agree Stempel's argument is don't his point don't make too many A to the student and that will cause the more pressures. And people also cannot only just focus on the grade of the student. And if too much concern about grade, the grade and diploma actually will become devalued because the grade cannot reflect the over many things of the student. It only can reflect in the student's education history. So the student also have other ability and knowledge cannot show in the grade. So that is means the grades can still not change, but don't put all many focus into the grade. And that's my points. Thank you.